We're Kim and Al. Last year, we made some pretty big changes. We retired, sold our house in the city, and moved north to an old farm homestead at the end of its life. Our plan is to build an off-grid home ourselves. This year, with our solar and septic systems completed, as well as basic four-season shelter, we're ready to take on the challenge of building our forever home. We're excited to share our experience as we continue to create this new life on the North River.
Morning folks, we are just about done with our whole roof, rain catchment, water management solution. We finished the eaves trough. Pretty happy with the eaves trough 2.0. A lot cleaner installation, the joints are a little cleaner and a lot sturdier. All we have left to do is attach the downspout to the end of the eaves trough, so where we drilled the hole and there's a little leaf catcher thing on top. We've got to put some regular aluminum downspout. We're going to have to cut it to length because we also have a piece of flex tube that will fit over that, the end of the downspout, and allow us to route it over to the barrels. So we're going to have two barrels. We're going to need to build a bench for that. I measured it. It has to be a minimum of 16 inches because that's the height of the buckets that we use to transfer water from the barrels to our inside reservoir. So at least 16 inches high, and it's got to be sturdy enough to hold the water of those two full barrels, so about 110 gallons. I don't know what that is in liters, but for anybody who remembers grade 9 science, 1 milliliter of water equals 1 gram. So it's a ton of weight. We'll just say it that. I'm not going to, do any engineering to figure out exactly how solid the structure has to be. I just do overkill. So I'm going to use some of the 4x3s, the main studs that have come out of the farmhouse so far. Those will be the legs, and then some of the oversized actual 2x4s as well from the farmhouse. And I'll just rig together a structure that will be good and sturdy to hold those barrels. And then I think we can call that done.
In the door, I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hold. All those little time. you didn't catch me looking over my shoulder just at the right time. Those little moments all let me you only got you about. All those little moments. All those little moments.
I've been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me. Hey, I don't know if I told you that I think you're beautiful, and how I can't wait to hold you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know how I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. I don't wanna be without you. This is something that I know for sure. It's just something about you. I just want more. Tell me what you wanna do right now. Tell me what you wanna do tonight. I really don't care as long as I'm with you.
Well, good morning, everyone. As I casually lean up against this barrel, this is the finished product. We got this done. It was kind of right at the wire. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but we knew we were getting a bunch of rain on Wednesday, so we wanted to finish this in time to take advantage of that. So we had finished the gutter a couple days back, and then I explained briefly how this thing works. Another quick overview. You see that downspout there comes down into that hose, drains into the first tank. That tank has a hose that goes into this tank, and so the way I set it up is so that when the first one fills up, it will then overflow into this one, and then once it gets to the full mark on this one, it then will fill them both up to the point where it leaks out the overflow that I have at the other side. So what makes this work is that the final overflow on the far end here is just slightly higher than the two ports that came pre-drilled in these rain barrels. And what was great is, like I mentioned, it literally started to spit as we finished attaching all this together, and we were really satisfied. It almost worked flawlessly, except where the hose that comes out of the back of this, it was just kind of fed in loosely and it wasn't sealed tight. So I had to use some silicone to fill that, because at first, instead of it doing what I wanted, which was fill up past those ports that were pre-drilled and then drain, it was just pouring out the back of this one, slowly trickling down and making a mess and some mud. So that was solved, just sealed it with silicone. It's not under so much pressure that it needs anything, more industrial than that. But just in, I would say it was about 3 hours, we filled both these barrels, so 110 gallons, and since they were already full and we knew it was raining all through the night, I filled up 5-gallon pails with fresh water. We filled up the trailer fresh water tank, and we filled up the other rain barrel that we're using inside as our 55-gallon reservoir. So all in total, probably 210, roughly 410 gallons of water that we have now. And what's funny is, for most of you that can turn a tap and have nice fresh water come out, you're like, good for you. But the situation that we're in, you know what I mean? This is just one more kind of lesson in gratitude. We're just very happy. We don't really have to go slugging water from the river, unless, of course, we don't get any rain for a while. And not to go too far into the future, but this is kind of the precursor to the system that we're going to want to build for our house, which will be a large concrete reservoir that we'll likely bury in the ground, and that will be where we store our rainwater, and then we don't have the details yet. We haven't chosen a solution, but we'll have some kind of whole house water purification system, whether it's UV based or reverse osmosis or sand filter or a little bit of all the above. That's a challenge to solve somewhere down the line.
One of the things that we want to make sure that we do before the winter comes in earnest is we want to make sure that we are protecting our newly transplanted trees. We've learned from losing some of them last year, some of the things that we need to do. So when you're transplanting a tree, you're carving out a root ball that is a subset of their larger root system, and so it's really important to protect the remaining roots from the first winter freeze. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie down a layer of mulch just from around the property. We're going to lay out a layer of pine needles first, and then over top of that a layer of leaves. And I'm going to start today with the apple tree, the maple down by the river, and all of the cedars on the berm, and the cedar over by our panels as well, and just see where I get with that before I have to start burning some more stuff for the fascia. We ended our week with an unexpected surprise. Our neighbor finally dropped her dead elm, and we got another load of wood, as well as some cedar posts she didn't want that we can use for future projects. Huge score. The weather is still on our side for the next week, so we should be able to wrap up the exterior of our little box so we can start a new project.